Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Ben here. Today we've got a 1994 300ZX that we're doing a MagnaFlow exhaust system on. Customer bought this vehicle recently and it already had a Greddy system on it. They just were not too happy with the way that it looked and sounded. So they came to us to source this MagnaFlow system. We're currently in the process of doing the install. The one problem is this is a system that he picked out selectively, but it does not have a guaranteed fit on the vehicle. So we went into this knowing that we were gonna have to modify the rear a little bit to accommodate the rear steering on the vehicle. So kick back, enjoy, and let us know how you guys like this video. As you can tell, we've been trying a couple of different styles as we've been putting out new media, and would love to hear feedback on what you think you do and do not like.
It's starting to leak a little, but not enough for anyone to realistically notice. Up here, I do want to see what the heck is going on with that, if there is a leak, a crack, any rust spots in the exhaust, because it is steel. Most factory exhaust systems are steel, and everything from the secondary cat all the way up to the front is steel. So. They're just little metal slides that fit up right in there. And then the stock system uses like a bolt just like this one. So just pop those guys out because the new aftermarket MagnaFlow exhaust system has like your normal guides just like this. There's just like a little rounded off tip. Just holds it in place. And this is the section where we're taking these sliders out right there. So it's just, hanger's gonna fit right in the space right here, just so it won't rattle around. So you got the nice little...
Nice little you dig.
I got that thingy thing right there, boy. We do have a resonator. Gotta make sure we're fitting up into this section perfectly. So, that's gonna fit nicely.
Yeah.
With enough clearance, perhaps a little tilt action. Well, that looks like it's gonna do its job. Reps. Now we can all have a better visual on this. This stuff works wonders. Gets all that sticky stuff off of the stuff you don't want to be stuck on there. And yeah, a lot of companies like to use the expanding foam when they are packaging everything. So whenever you see that something is like perfectly fitted into a box, they use that special expanding foam, and it likes to stick to stuff that isn't supposed to be stuck to. The only reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to have to see the exhaust have a nice little burn mark from this literally getting toasted over and over again. And this is essentially just a plastic razor. Just gets rid of stuff without scratching it. Cleans it right up.
Smooth as a baby's bottom. Look at that.
No more stuff on there. How do these want to fit up? Shikes. Shikies.
No bueno?
No, even if I wanted to, like, I'm gonna. Like, that's kind of like where I want it, is like right there. Hold on.
Almost fit.
Almost.
Making contact with the rear steering.
Rear steering rack, yeah. It's probably going to be worse on the other side too, since we got that pump right there.
Game of inches.
Yep, that's why you don't go in dry, dude.
Forgot to lube it up.
So I believe this kit goes between the whole second gen, which I'm guessing has a different variant for each year when it comes to this. I'm guessing on one of the variants that this doesn't exist. That's where this kit would actually work. But obviously we have issue.
So this is a bolt-up kit that doesn't fit. We kind of anticipated this because they didn't say that they could guarantee fitment on this thing. And what we're seeing here is it's got rear steering on it. The model that this is for, they don't make one for this model. So, but he likes this exhaust and this is what you want to go with. So we're looking at running into a clearance issue with the rear steering here. I think what's going to happen is, instead of it being like kind of a dual 90 situation, it's going to have to be a 45 situation.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's actually a 45-90 situation, but this area over here is going to have to be modified accordingly in order for this to work.
Yes.
So like, this is probably going to need to get cut and, you know, possibly extended.
We may not know
To
until
make
we
that
cut
turn.
this back a bit too.
Yeah.
So you're gonna cut back at the slip, or are you gonna cut back the other pipe?
Yeah, so since we're already going this far and re-welding everything anyway, it's gonna be much more appealing, and it would make more sense at this point to just make this a hard connection, so we are gonna ditch this sleeve here.
Okay.
So if you wanted to remove the exhaust in the future, there's still another slip right here.
Okay.
So there's two that were really close to each other, and by the time we're done reorienting this whole thing, it would make more sense just to have the one. So next step is gonna be to cut this back and then see where we land on lining everything up.
Okay.
It's not going anywhere.
Need the penetrating oil.
Yes.
Here you go.
It's crazy how much of a difference that makes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Friction is real.
Science is real. I'm gonna spray this one too. I'm not gonna try. All right. So I have this side clamped in place. All of our pieces are cut so that we have all the angles we need to play with. And along the way, I noticed that if you flip the left and right side, it clears the power steering rack way better. And if you flip these two angles, the angle that was coming off of the muffler was quite aggressive, but that would be more useful over here now to clear that power steering rack, as I said. And so now I'm just marking everything where it should be. And as you can see, everything lines up real nice, the way we flipped everything around and cut things to fit. So I have my first mark here for tacking, and we're gonna make our way up. And we're gonna turn on the welder, get cooking. So now that I'm confident with the way this one looks, as we've discussed just a moment ago, I'm trying to get the other side pretty much to the same point so that I know that the mufflers are going to be sitting even before I fully tack everything, and just to make sure there's nothing interfering with my path at this point with the pieces I have left. So I'm just kind of trimming them. You'll notice that this particular angle is shorter than the other. Might just be the geometry of the car, but it's working out just fine. So I'm making my final touches to this side, and we'll be good for just welding the rest of the day. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. We didn't have to add any extra material for the customer. We were able to just cut and move everything around in a way where we were able to just use what he provided. So that's gonna be nice on his end, cost-wise. And I'm very pleased with how, for MagnaFlows, these fit real well. And I've gotta say, after we cut them up and welded them up, all that, looks nicer than it typically would out of the box. So now he has some nice TIG welds to bring home, and I think it's a much better look for the car in general. So I would say it's a win-win for all of us all around.